Hey y'all, I have three topics I want to talk about in this video. Number one is I'm not the guy you guys think I am, you know. I've seen a lot of people in my comment section saying, "Oh, Ruslan, you're the goat. Oh, Russ, you're the goat. Who's the swamp monster? He's the goat, blah, blah, blah. Or his dada, who's the finest man on the planet." And a lot of y'all are just showing too much love to me, bro. But I have to come clean, bro. I'm not this good guy that I paint myself out to be, bro. I'm actually like the worst human being on the planet. I make all these videos talking about, oh, I'm lonely, oh, I don't have any friends, blah blah blah. And I think I've come to realize, bro, that people have realized that I'm not a good person before I realized myself, I really was just sitting here thinking about it, bro, and if I was genuinely a good person, bro, would people not have already known that I'm a good person, came up to talk to me and all that, Um, People always ask, they're like, oh, Ruslan, are you good? Are you good? And it's like, what can you say, bro? If I say yes, then they're gonna say great, but then I'm gonna be lying. If I say no, then they're gonna ask why, and I don't have a good reason to be feeling bad, I'm gonna tell them, oh, I'm feeling bad, I'm feeling lonely because I don't talk to anybody. Like, then they're gonna ask why is that, and you're gonna have to explain, and you don't have a good reason to be feeling this way. Like, other people are feeling this way because they lost somebody, or they're devastated, or something like that, and I'm just a loser, bro. Feeling sad that I don't talk to anybody, bro. Like, this is such a small reason to be sad, Um, I re-recorded this like 4 times because in the last 3 times I was crying, and then I realized, bro, it's like that there's I don't think y'all want to see me cry anymore, bro. Like, I've cried enough, bro. You know, and yeah, back to what I was saying, bro. I think I've realized this myself also now, and it's like I'm not the person y'all think I am, bro. I say I want to be this. I say I want quality. Um, I say this. I say that, and little like what am I to that, bro? I'm worse than the people I talk bad about. I talk bad about cheating, blah 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 on my channel, but I'm a fat loser who thought it was cool to do the Duke Dennis Riz, the roster shit, having your starting five, last five, and like it's like now that I'm just thinking back at it, bro, it's just like that shit is just so corny, bro. And it's like, what am I even doing, bro? Like, genuinely, bro, like, I had a girl, this was back 2 years ago. I don't think I've talked to anybody in a year now, bro. A year and a half, but this was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. It was freshman or sophomore. I think it was sophomore year. Yeah, sophomore year. So around like 3 years ago, bro. In sophomore year, you know, I was talking to this girl. Y'all saw her in the screenshots, bro. And you know, it was everything I could ask for. She was nice. She was responding, and but me being the loser I am, not having talked to anybody in my life, the moment that she took a little long to respond, I always thought, oh, she's texting someone else. Oh, she don't want me. Oh, I'm not good enough for her, and it's like the overthinking shit. It was like it was the first time that I had ever talked to a girl, to be honest, bro. Let alone talk to anybody else. during all of my elementary, middle school, and high school, you know, I would always just sit alone and do nothing. There was this one specific time in middle school, in like 6th grade, and whenever it would be lunch, right, I would go outside for lunch, and there would be people playing soccer, there would be people playing handball, there would be people who play volleyball, and I would go up and ask them. I would ask them like, "Yo, could I join you guys? Yo, please let me join you. I like your outfit." And maybe it didn't come off well, and maybe I just sounded weird, but they always didn't say anything. They would always just stay quiet, look around at each other, like thinking one of them was gonna answer, and none of them answered. And at the time I was dumb, bro. So I took that as their sign for me not wanting to play with them. So I just kind of just walked away, and every single time I would go out, there'd be this one bench, bro. Y'all could say Palsy, bro. There's this one bench every time you go out for lunch to eat and play, bro. I would always sit on that bench, just lay down and just look at the sky, bro. Cause I didn't know what else to do. I didn't have any friends. I would just lay there, look at the sky, and one day the teacher blew the whistle. It was like, "Everybody come inside, everybody come inside." And as as I woke up, as I woke up to grab my bag and walk back inside, bro, I realized my bag was gone, bro. And I just continued walking inside. I thought maybe somebody took it, somebody lost it, and they would give it to me back in my classroom. And I walked back inside. I went up the classroom stairs, and I sat down, but nobody had my bag. I thought somebody was just playing a prank on me, right? They would blah blah blah, funny reaction, and all that. And I sat down. My bag was nowhere to be found, and to this day, I still do not know where that bag is, bro. And me being the loser I am, not having talked to anybody in my entire life, bro, I was trying to like suck up to the class and shit, right? So I didn't tell the teacher. I didn't tell the teacher I lost my backpack. I didn't tell her anything, bro. And it really just sucks. I don't know what I thought. Like, I don't know why I didn't like snitch, bro. I don't know why I thought snitching wasn't a good thing, bro. You know, I don't know why I thought I shouldn't snitch, or why. It just doesn't make sense to me, bro. Like, why did I not snitch, bro? Like, I tried not to be like this person the class hated as a class snitch, blah blah blah. But it was my whole backpack on at the time, and it's really crazy thinking back at it now, how much I perceived other people's perception of me. To this day, I still do not know where that backpack went, and I don't know who took it. Someone took it, but it's probably the same person who flushed down one of my hoodies down the toilet. Y'all think that one hoodie that's in there, bro, that I showed you on in one of the other videos, y'all think that was the first time that should happen? Nah, that should happen in high school, and that should happen in middle school. But middle school, it was something way less, bro. It was literally just the school uniform. It was the Halsey gym outfit, and it was just flushed down the toilet. And same story as last time. The teacher gave everybody a talk. He was like, "Oh, everybody, please look for this guy's jacket. If you know where it is, somebody go tell me, blah, blah, blah." And nobody snitched, nobody said anything, and nothing happened of that incident, like, and this is crazy, bro. Like, the school really does nothing to help the people who actually need it. And it's really crazy, because at the time, bro, like, I was so depressed, bro. Like, it's crazy, I was just depressed in myself, just thinking, like, am I just never gonna be able to make a friend, you know? And I don't know why on earth people LARP. I don't know why on earth people be LARPing, having, what's called, I don't know why people LARP, being lonely, bro. Like, that's the saddest shit you could go through, you know? I don't know why people on the internet, glorify being lonely, blah, blah, blah. Bro, I did not want to be lonely, bro, and I still do not want to be lonely, bro. Like, being lonely is the saddest thing you could go through, you know? And I don't know why it's become so glorified about where people, it's come to a point where people pretend to be lonely to get sympathy and blah, blah, blah. It's like, fuck all that shit, bro. Like, you're telling me, hold on, like, fuck that shit, bro. Like, you're telling me back then, bro, the same me who was getting bullied, bro, that, oh, you should just suck it up. Oh, it's gonna get better over time. Oh, don't interact with the bullies, man. Fuck that shit, bro. Like, yo, it's come to a point where it's like, fuck all that shit, bro. Like, if any of y'all is being bullied, bro, fuck the school, bro. They not gonna give two fucks about you, bro. Like, fuck the education system, fuck everything, bro. Like, holy shit, dude. Like, they fucking saw me getting bullied, bro. Did they do anything? Fuck no. And it just pisses me off, bro. Like, holy shit, dude. Like, I'm sorry I got riled up, but think about the amount of people who have ended their life because they were getting bullied, bro. You know? It's really just crazy to me, bro. Like, and there's nothing they do because they feel hopeless because school doesn't help them. School don't give two fucks if you're getting bullied. Unless you're attractive, they don't give a fuck at all, bro. Like, and it's crazy, bro. This I don't want to go any more in that. I already talked about that for 12 minutes, but number two, I want to talk about group projects, bro. You know, me having no friends, bro. I absolutely hated group projects. I despised any type of group project, bro. You know, every time the teacher would go ask me, be like, "Yo, hey, everybody get in groups. We're doing group projects." You know, I hated that shit, bro. Like, genuinely with a passion, I hated it, bro. Like, every time I would go up to somebody, they would already have a group, and you know, I would try and like suck up to them, like always, bro. Telling them, "Oh, I could do your work for you. Oh, let me do your work for you." And you know, thinking maybe if I did their work for them, they would be nice and they would be like befriend me and shit, bro. But that never happened, bro. I'd do their work and I'd never talk to them again, you know. And it's really just a sad way to go about life, you know. It's really crazy, you know. What was I saying? Was I on the bullying part? Like, fuck, why is my memory this bad, bro? Like, genuinely, why is my memory this bad? I forgot to say something about the bullying part, bro. If you are in school and you are getting bullied, bro, fuck the school. They're not gonna give two fucks about you. Fuck all that shit, bro. Whoever's getting bullied, bro, yo, I'm not gonna lie, you gotta take that shit into your own hands, bro. Like, you have to stand up for yourself, bro. If you do not let the bullying stop, if you're like me and you just continue to let him bully you, bro, you think they gonna stop? You think the teacher gonna do anything? Fuck no. Like, you have to take that shit into your own hands. And if that means fighting your bully, bro, do that shit, bro. At least you'll get suspended, but that's better than getting bullied, bro. Like, holy fuck, dude. It's really just, it just makes me mad, bro. Like, just thinking about it, bro. Like, the amount of people who could have been saved if only the school did something about bullying, bro. Like, it's insane, bro. Like, it's just crazy to me, bro. But I don't even want to think about that, bro, because I'm just gonna get more mad. Back to the group projects, bro. I was telling you about the group projects. Every time there would be a group project, she would say partner up, blah blah blah. Everybody would go partner up, And then I would just be like in the corner, and the teacher would tell me, she was like, "Oh, dude, do you have a partner?" And I'll tell the teacher, I was like, "Yo, could I just do this project by myself?" And she would tell me, "No, go work with somebody." But who am I supposed to work with when nobody likes me? It's really, it's really crazy to me, bro. And to this day, I don't know how to combat that. It's not just something that was happening in elementary school. Well, it happened in middle school and high school, bro. All of my 4 years in high school, bro. You know, I did nothing with my life. Like genuinely, bro. Like every time it would be a group project, I wouldn't know who to partner up with because everybody would already have their friend groups, they have their circles, and it's like, how do you infiltrate a circle, bro? Like genuinely, bro. Like how do you like join a friend group, bro? Like, do you just go up to them and be like, "Yo, hey, let me join your friend group"? But then that's awkward, bro. And they just gonna laugh at you and probably talk about you later on in the day, bro. So, I just been thinking, and it's like, is there any way to successfully infiltrate friend group, bro? It's like all these people already know each other. They all have their little friend groups, and it's like, how do you go up and talk to them, bro? Like, it doesn't really make sense, bro. You know. And then me, being the chud iPad kid I was, playing on Fortnite 10 hours a day, hopping on Wiz every single day, just only texting. I did not know how to start a conversation, and I still don't. Every time I be talking to somebody, bro, if they don't say something back, then the conversation gets dry, and I don't know what to say because I never developed those skills. And it sucks. I'm not one to make excuses, but you know, it's sad, bro. Like, I don't know how or why I didn't develop those skills. But yeah. And then I would always, hop on Fortnite, play the game, put on my headphones, start listening to music and shit, bro. And you know, Fortnite was dead as my escape. Like, y'all don't know about being in a Fortnite group, playing Fortnite with people who you thought you were friends in elementary school. And then out of nowhere, some new guy joins in, and then since there's 5 people and you can only queue up with 4 people, this was like season 3, season 4, Fortnite 2018. They'll tell you, what is the shape of Italy, and when you say boot, you get kicked from the party, bro. And you just have to play alone and play by yourself. And it's like, it's really sad. I know with everything else that's been happening in the other videos, like, I don't even want to mention it because then I'll just get sad, start crying, and I have to recreate this whole video again. Fortnite was really my escape. Anything that happened in life, bro, I could just get on my iPad and just play Fortnite all day. And my dad, and my mom, no, like, I say all this about my dad. My mom was, if not anything, she was even worse, bro. Every single time during this time, I would try to like cook food, try and just like, to express myself one way. Have my headphones on, like cook eggs or something, make pancakes or something like that. And, you know, um, I'll be cooking, and just not trying to talk to him because, I didn't want to really interact with him. And, to be frank with you, bro, I didn't like him. And every time I would try and cook, bro, my mom would, if she catch me, bro, like, she would literally just go and say, "What am I fucking doing?" She'd take my headphones off and then lecture me for like 10, 15 minutes on how I shouldn't be cooking. Cooking's for girls. You can't cook this, you can't cook that. And, it would really just make me sad. And whenever I started crying, she would slap me saying, why the fuck are you crying? Stop crying. And it's like, if you keep slapping me, you think I'm not gonna cry more. And it's just crazy, you know. Like every time I would cook something, she would just take all the food and throw it out, bro. You know. And it's really crazy. Like I had to cook in secret, you know. Anytime she wasn't home, I would try and cook something as fast as I can, and you know, I would get hurt. You know, I would like cut things and like accidentally cut my finger, but it would hurt for a little bit. But you know, it was the fact that I was doing something for myself. You know, the fact that I was learning how to cook. The fact that I had some type of autonomy, you know. That was the best thing that I could ever do, you know. And hopefully in Albany, bro, like, I just want to have a clean start, bro, you know. I want to leave all this roster, talking to multiple girls shit in NYC. I want to leave this shit in the past, bro. Like, I'm tired of that shit, bro. Like, that shit is just so draining. Having to talk to multiple girls, keep up with multiple girls, talk about this, talk about that. Like, bro, fuck all that shit, bro. Like, I've realized this now, bro. Like, as Kanye said, bro, one good girl is worth more than 1,000 bitches, bro. Like, and I'm sorry to say that, but, you know, that's really what I've come to realize, bro. Like, if you could just secure yourself one good girl, bro, like, you don't need 10 people on your roster. You don't need 20 people on your roster, blah, blah, blah. You don't need any of that shit, bro, you know? And the last thing I want to talk about in this video is about how desensitized death has gotten, bro. You know, I'm gonna try my best not to tear up on this shit, but you know, it's really crazy, bro. You know. I have this homeboy who, you know, he's like one of the two people who are the only people who were nice to me in high school, you know. And he was driving his car, right? And literally a week ago, he got into a car crash, and you know, he was in the hospital. He called me, and he was telling me, bro. He was like, if I don't make it, you can have my car, bro. And it was like, son, that's just a 1990 Toyota, bro. Like, I don't want your fucking car, bro. You know, I want you to be alive, bro. And, you know, luckily he made it through, but I've come to realize, bro, bro. Shh. I've come to realize, bro, like, fuck all the money shit. Fuck all that, bro. Like, I think we care too much about when someone dies. Where's the fortune gonna go? Who's gonna inherit the money? Who's gonna get the cars, bro? Like, fuck all that shit, bro. Like, a literal human being just died in front of you, and you care about who's gonna get their car, who's gonna get their inheritance, bro. Like, fuck all that shit, bro. And, you know, I know he was joking and shit. Like, he made it through. Like, it was nothing crazy. He said it was just minor injuries, but it's just the fact, bro, you know. The fact that you thought a car could replace him is crazy, bro, because that's the only person who considered me their friend, you know. And oh my god, bro, why am I crying? Alright, there's like a minute left. I'm just trying to get through this. You know, and that was really just crazy to me, you know, how much society like has just desensitized death, bro, you know. It's crazy how the first thing people think of is their prized possessions, but when you're dying, bro, money does not matter at all, bro, and I hope you guys will realize that sooner, you know. I've touched all the money I could have touched. Although I lost it all, it was the fact that I even touched that amount of money is crazy, you know. As y'all see in the other videos, I made 90K in a month, I made 40K in a month, I made 45K in a month. And you know, although I lost it all and I have no money left, you know, it's really just crazy, you know, like if you were to die today, bro, who gives a fuck about your money, bro? What truly matters in life is who will be there at your headstone, who will be there at your funeral, who will be there at your what the fuck? Y'all can see, bro. Like I keep stuttering, bro. Like I don't know how to fix my speech, you know. Like who will be there when you die, bro? Like who will actually bury you? Who will put you in your casket? You know, and if it's a stranger, then I'm sorry, but that's sad. And that's the other thing I want to say, bro. Like if I were to dead ass die tomorrow, bro, my life would have amounted to nothing, you know. I've done nothing worthwhile. All I've done is just be a loser and just sit at home doing nothing at all in my life. And I want y'all to realize, bro, like the materialistic shit does not matter, bro. Like I promise you, like after there's a reason why the rich people say money does not buy happiness, because it truly does not, bro. It'll buy you things that you physically need, but if it's anything else except physical, then there's nothing money can do, bro. Like it will not make you happy. Yes, you make all the money, and then what, bro? You spend a little bit, you spend a little bit here, you spend a little bit there, you run out of money, and then what? Like it's really sad, bro. Like if you're already sad and you think money gonna solve all your problems, it won't, bro. I had to realize that firsthand, bro. You know, and it's really crazy. The last thing I want to say is I seen the that Oliver Tree died, right, and the first thing that he realized, or the first thing that I saw in the media, is Oliver Tree death, all his money going to charity. And it's like, fuck all the money, bro. Like, genuinely, fuck the money! Like, the headline couldn't have been Oliver Tree dies, family mourns, blah, blah, blah. But it's Oliver Tree dies, money goes to charity. Like, fuck that shit, bro. Like, genuinely, bro. Like, I'm not gonna LARP and say I was a mega fan. Like, everybody listen to him. Y'all know Alien Boy. Y'all know all the songs he's made. He's had many, many hits, bro. And to me, it's just like, fuck all that shit, bro. Like, a literal guy just died and y'all worried about who's gonna get his inheritance, bro. Like, it's really crazy how, like, desensitized we've gotten to death, bro. Like, it's I don't even know what to say, bro. Like, it's crazy. It's been 30 minutes. I'm gonna end this video off. To anybody I've hurt in the past, you know, I want to say sorry. If it would be possible to make it up in any way, shape, or form, please let me know. And I already know, bro. Like, me, myself, I know you shouldn't hold grudges, but I still do. And if y'all hold grudges against me, you know, there's nothing I can do. I just hope that you'll live without that. I've come to realize grudges do nothing but stop you from moving forward. The more grudges you hold, the more, or the less likely you are to move forward in life, you know. That's why I just want to leave everything that's happened here in NYC. When I go up to Albany in 15 days, bro, I just want to be able to have a clean slate start. not have to bring all this baggage with me to Albany. And yeah, yeah, um, if y'all still could stay my fans after knowing the true person I am, bro, how I'm worse than scum, bro. I'm a loser, chud incel, bro. Then that's fire. And if y'all can't accept me, then that's fine too, bro. Like, all I can say is sorry, and it's up to y'all to decide if I am worse or if I could be redeemed or not. And yeah, this is probably one of the last videos I'll make of this kind. I realized I think the more I make these videos, the more sadder I get, and I want to be someone great. I want to be famous. I want to have all these people know me, have all these friends know me, and I want to have my little fan base. And it's cool to be sad and all that, but this 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 is something that I can deal with alone, and I think it's getting better, yeah. For this being the last video, I just want to summarize what the entire channel has been, bro. Take care of y'all mental health, bro. Don't be like me. If you need help, go ahead and reach out. There's nothing wrong about reaching out. If anything, reaching out makes you a stronger person than the person who doesn't reach out. And ending it all is very selfish, bro. Like, not just selfish for you, bro. It's selfish towards other people, because you're not thinking what they might think if you end it. You're not worried about how they gonna feel if you end it, bro. Like, what if someone who really likes you that much but never told you, Like, what if you end it and then next day they go ahead and end it because you ended it, bro? Like, y'all really, like, I'm not sure if that made any sense, bro. Like, fuck, bro. Or whatever. Do everything in moderation, licks, max, and shit, bro. Just do the bare basics, bro. For Lux Maxon, I was researching how to get HGH, how to get ERDA, how to get peptides legally, and it's like, fuck all that shit, bro. Like, it's so draining and taxing on your mind. It's all you can think of: how to look better, how to look better, how to look better, how to look better, how to look better. And once you fix one thing, another issue is going to pop up, another issue is going to pop up, another issue is going to pop up, and you're always going to be in this endless cycle of trying to look max, look max, look max, look max. And that shit is not healthy at all, bro. And, that's a part of the mental health shit too, bro. If you're always thinking about looking better and you're not thinking about anything else, bro, you will obviously be sad. And, I had to physically change my own For You page for me to see any difference, like, I had to force myself to stop interacting with BP content because it was just making me sad and sad and sad, seeing all these handsome people knowing I can't be as handsome as them, bro. And yeah, do everything in moderation. Lux Maxing is good, but just don't take it to the extreme of taking ERDA, these cancer medications, to try and grow taller. Like, you will get acromegaly, bro. I promise you'll speedrun acromegaly, bro. Like, there's nothing good in getting cancer medication when you don't have cancer. And yeah, that's really about all, bro. Like, on one hand, you got Clav, who absolutely took this Lux Max shit to the sky, and you got me, who, I guess I'm just giving up on Lux Max now, bro. I've lost to Lux Max, and I've given up, and I want to take my life in a different direction, bro. Like, I know Lux Maxing is at its highest, but please, bro, please, please, please do it in moderation, bro. Like, obviously try and improve yourself, but don't take it too far. And that's all I want to say in this video, so I hope y'all enjoyed.